I am giving away 5% pieces of myself to the main event coming up next month at the World Series of Poker. All you have to do to enter is go to clpgiveaway.com, clpgiveaway.com, and the link is in the description, and enter. There are several things that you can do to get additional entries, including being a CLP subscriber, but check it out for your chance to win a 5% piece of my main event action. Hello, David, you're up.
Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you, David. So David has a hand here, and this was played on a live stream, and it's called the North American Poker live stream. We'll put a link to it in the description when it comes out, right? What is it called?
It's called a North American Poker League, I believe. It's one of my friends. We had some game hosted before, and then they just saw maybe we can have a live stream for ourselves as well. So they started a live stream.
Okay, so what's funny about this is, so I go to the live stream link, North American Poker League, and it's a bunch of Chinese guys, and they're playing in yuan. And I'm like, what is the North American Poker League? But this is out of Toronto, right?
Yeah, this is Toronto. Yeah,
Okay.
we're all basically the students from U of T, University of Toronto.
Okay.
So yeah.
Are you all from China?
Yeah. So as far as I know, all the people were on the stream are from China. Yes.
So you guys are playing in Toronto, but you're gambling in yuan? That's pretty gangster.
The reason is that it's because sometimes it's hard to get the money from like the country to country. So so it's easier for them to translate money like in yuan. So yeah, that's the reason I think. Yeah.
Yeah. So the other thing, so if you guys haven't been with me for a long time, I've been to China I haven't been since 2017, but I've probably been on 15 different trips to China, and it was teaching a couple clients who played in the biggest games in the world, who were beginners. They wanted to stop the bleeding in Macau. So I've been all over China, Macau, Hong Kong, Guangzhou, Shenzhen, just all over Beijing, you name it. But the crazy thing about China, and I've been and actually played in a private game there once, is that we gripe in the US about like having to carry cash around with us. So, like, oh God, like you want to go in for like a $10,000 buy-in, right? Like you're going to carry like $100 bills. The largest denomination yuan bill is the equivalent to $20, right? It's like 100, right? Is it 100 yuan, right?
Yeah,
so
that's right.
Try bringing in $10,000 worth of yuan into a home game if you're going to buy in for a game with $20 bills. That's the largest bill in yuan. It was absurd. I mean, you're talking about satchels of paper, satchels of cash. But that was one of the most amazing things that I'd seen. But this particular hand is going to be in yuan from the email that you wrote up. And yuan is like 6 or 7 to the US. Was it like 5-1 in Canadian or something like that?
That's right. Yes.
Okay. All right. So how deep are you and what are the blinds?
So I was pretty deep. I basically covered the table with around 50,000 yuan, and the blinds are 25, 25, 50, the mandatory straddle.
Okay, so 25, 25, 50. You're 50,000 effective, so you're like 1,000 big blind. If you want to do it out, you can divide by 5 to get the Canadian, or they're playing in Toronto. So this is still 10,000 Canadian, right? And then maybe like 8,000 US. So it's not a small game. Okay, so 50,000 effective, 25, 25, 50. Okay.
Yeah, and the reason I want to bring up this hand is because that I really, really thought I played really perfect this hand, and I just don't know if there's anything else I can do. So let me just start it.
Well, let's see if you played it perfectly.
Yeah. So I think I'm at the early position, opened with pocket eights.
You okay?
Yeah, so I opened with pocket eights.
+1 E8. So how much?
So you mind if I still say it in yuan because it's hard?
Sure. No. We'll do the whole thing in yuan. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's about I opened around to like 350, 300 to 350. So I cannot remember the exact.
So like 6x, so pretty big.
Yeah. So it's really played like a 10-20 Canadian game.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and so I believe I get 2 callers.
In the field, they have position on you?
Yeah, they have position on me, yes.
Okay.
And the flop come with queen of hearts. So basically queen 8 and 5, and there's 1 heart. I don't remember which one was. I think it's Queen of Hearts. Queen is heart. Yes.
Yeah, because I think that's going to come into play, right? Because you wrote
Yeah,
it.
that's gonna come.
Queen 8-5.
Yes.
Queen 8-5.
Yeah, Queen 8-5. I think the Queen is hearts, and the other two
Okay.
is not really
So I'm
relevant.
going to put Queen of Hearts, 8 of Clubs, 5 of Spades, and Hero has 8
Uh,
of.
8 of hearts and eight of another eight. So I have 8 of hearts and another eight.
Okay, 8 of Hearts, 8 of Spades. Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So 8 of Hearts, 8 of Spades, because again, this is going to come into play. So 8 of Hearts, 8 of Spades is 300. Two people call in position. Board comes out Queen of Hearts, 8 of Clubs, 5 of Spades. So you have middle set. Okay. Yep.
Yes, I have middle set, and I think basically I have the nuts on this board, and I just have a because I do want to say my image on this table again as well. So I'm on this table. I'm kind of those people. I'm kind of like a. I want to say I'm a good player because I usually can like kind of like know what people have. Like I always do some like huge bluffs because I can always cap people in their specific ranges. So my image is not very good, and I like to show bluffs on the stream. If you watch like other stream, I always show the bluffs. So my image at the table is not very good right now. So I do decide to see bet to 425 to the pot of like 1,200.
425.
Yes.
Okay.
And the first opponent fold, and the other opponent, which is he is also my friend, he raised me to 1,325.
So Hero bets 425 fold. Second player goes 1,025?
1,325.
1325. Okay.
Yes.
So I'm going to put this guy as the cutoff just so that we can. So we've got Hero. I don't put two calls in position. So hijack folds. Cutoff raises to 1325, and you're in. And how deep is he? He's about 50,000 with you.
He's about 30,000, I think. 30,000.
And he's going to be the main villain.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So Dave, how deep is this hand effective?
So 30,000 effective. I cover him.
Okay. What did you say in the beginning?
So I have 50,000.
It's okay.
Yuan, and
That's a running inside joke. 30,000 effective. 30,000
Yeah.
effective for the hand. Okay. So Hero bets 425, hijack folds, cut off to 1325. It's a rainbow board. I mean, you got the nuts here, David. In that essence,
Yes.
right? This guy's never gonna have queen queen, right?
Yeah, he's not gonna never have queen. So and then because considering that I have a really really bad image, so I do want to make more value and have his ranges more capped. So I re-raise this to 3,000.
So Hero 3 bets to 3,000. I mean, here's the thing, right? You're really deep. It's it's hard to balance a bet 3 bet on the flop as the C better this deep, like in terms of like what would you be doing this with draws, especially on a rainbow board. Now, you know, it probably doesn't matter all that much, but you know, the thing I would be thinking about is like maybe this guy's raising me with a queen. I don't want to blow him out of the water. If he's got 5-5, you're still going to get a bunch of money. It's just like I see a lot of people call here, and then it gets like check on turn, and you have to do stuff to manipulate the pot to get more money in the pot. I mean, I have absolutely no problem with 3-betting here, as opposed to like calling somehow. Just kind of the interesting thing here is like if you're shallower, aces gets 3-bet on the flop, but you just don't see that in live poker that much at the stack depth, where you just almost never see one pair gonna get 3-bet from your perspective on the flop.
Yes. So what I'm repping is basically I'm repping sets or I have a draw. So this is what I'm repping, and the table is gonna lean towards I have a draw. So this is because this is my image at the table at the time.
Well, like 6-7 or something like that.
Yeah, 6-7 with a straight and backdoor or up here and up like or yeah, basically I'm repping 6-7. Yes.
Okay, so you 3-bet to 3,000. Okay.
And he snap called.
All right, so cutoff calls, and now we are at, so we put 6,000 in here on the. It's probably like 7,000, right?
Yeah, it's about 7,000. Yes.
Okay. Yep.
And turn is on the email I said 7 of hearts, but I review it. It's 6 of hearts, but I don't think it's
okay. So 6 of hearts. Okay.
Yeah, it's not that relevant. And because now there's a couple of draws, and I also worry about him having some like some hand like 6-7 as well because he's a
Mm-hmm.
rich dude and doesn't really care. But now I think this is a relative safe card, so I think he may have a pair and a straight draw, or he have a two pair, like we're eight, maybe queen five.
So it's queen of
That's
hearts, eight of clubs, five of spades, six of hearts, backdoor hearts now appear, but this is why I kept trying to stress what is the heart on the flop, because you know, you always have to be concerned about backdoor hearts if they come in and then all of a sudden there's some aggression coming in later on. Well, the interesting thing here is that the top pair has a heart in it, and you also have a heart in your middle set. So
yes,
they can't have queen X of hearts, they can't have eight X of hearts. Also can't have 6-7 of hearts now because the six of hearts
yes,
is in there. Now, could
yeah.
they have some Jack 10 hearts, Jack 9, 9, 10, 5X? If they think you're, I mean, that would be like somehow like raising with like 4 or 5 of hearts, like you didn't believe. I'm just throwing it out at you. Just those are the possibilities. Okay. I mean, yeah, you still got the best hand here, I'm sure, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I still have a best hand. So now I think there's a plenty of draws, or he have a legit hand like two pair. I can get a lot of value from this.
And
So
you don't think he's probably folding a queen here either?
yeah, I don't think he's folding queen
Yeah.
either as well. He's calling the three bet,
Yeah.
and so I overbet pot like 10,000. I overbet the pot,
So hero 10,000. Okay.
and he snap called again.
So cutoff calls. I mean, again, you can have this like the whole dynamic. People saying like, "Oh, I wouldn't be." Some people in the chat saying I wouldn't be concerned about the heart, and I think I might have gotten ahead of myself a little bit just because I knew in the email how the hand goes down. I think it's well, no, I mean in the sense of on the turn here, when you bet huge here,
Yeah,
in theory, I have to preface this and say this in theory. When he calls, he should have a lot of hands that have backdoor heart draws here. Because I don't know if Queen X here is supposed to be calling with this action once you go 10,000 here on the turn. So that's where I'm coming from with being so concerned about the hearts here. Now, if you had made not an overbet here on the turn, he's going to have more hands. But I would think on paper here, when he continues to your overbet on the turn, there is a fair chunk of hands that contain backdoor hearts here that he's now picked up the heart. So I would be concerned that I would be looking to want to have a clean non-heart run out here. So he calls here, and now the pot is 27,000. Okay.
yeah. So and another thing that I'm not too concerned about the backdoor hearts is because he doesn't have too much money left. So now he has about like 15K left. So I was deciding I'm shoving the river like basically whatever.
How much did you say? So you put in 10, 13. He's got like 15,000 left.
Around 15,000 left.
So about half the size of the pot. Yeah.
Yes. So I'm shoving the river. Whatever. I'm thinking I'm always good. And yeah, and the river is Jack of Hearts.
So okay, what's the river?
River Jack of Hearts.
Oh wow. So the river's the Jack of Hearts. Well, the interesting thing about that heart is that if we go back and we say, like, that's not the worst heart. That's actually because of what we said on the flop. Like the deuce of hearts would be much worse. And again, the reason why that is because he can't now have Jack 10 of hearts or Jack 9 of hearts, which are gutters to straight draws with backdoor hearts that would somehow continue, raise flop, and then continue on turn. He can't have those hands now. So what could he have? It would be like that is a backdoor flush. It would have to and he can't have 6-7 of hearts. It would have to consist of, it would be 9-10 of hearts and some 5x of hearts here. Here's the thing, with a half pot size bet left, in you saying, well, I'm jamming any river, I kind of cringed when you said that at first, but probably with a half pot size bet, it's not quite as dicey. I think if you look at this, though, if you have any more than that, like especially the pot size bet, I think you need to go back to the turn and really think about what is the villain's flop raising and then calling range to a bet 3-bet, and then a calling of a 1.5x turn bet. What is the villain's range? Now, if you want to tell me he's a rich guy, he's going to have if you want to quote unquote live node lock, I don't know if you know what that means, David, like just, deviate from optimal and say he's a rich guy, he's still going to have any queen X here and he's still going to call, then fine. Then obviously it's a jam all day. But a lot of times that's not going to be the case with this particular action.
Yes. So I was really putting him on two pair and the pair and straight draw. So those are two main hands I'm putting him on, and that's why I see the jack. I didn't really even see the heart. I just see the jack. I think I'm good there.
So you jammed.
Yeah, I jam and he snap with, and I think I wrote it wrong on the email. He snap with ace four of hearts.
Ace four of hearts?
Yes,
oh
ace
my God,
four
he
of
really
hearts.
thought you were full of shit, huh?
Yes, ace four of hearts. Like I was like, oh my God.
I mean, again, once you've built the pot up that much, I don't know. Can you check? Okay, here's the thing. If you're playing against a guy that's raising and calling the flop with ace four of hearts, then a jam on the river can't be bad, because that would probably be indicate to me that he could have some queen X here that's not going to fold. But again, going back though, if he wasn't sort of that maniacal, once you put in a lot of very, very strong action, especially with an overbet on the turn, and here it's even more extreme because of the bet 3-bet on the flop, you definitely need to be aware of the backdoor flushing holdings that your opponent could have and when they come in. I appreciate the call, David. Thank you very much. All right.
I'm just wondering, is it possible for me to like check fold? I don't think it's possible, right?
Well, again,
he's gonna shove all in.
Well, again, like I said, if he's a type of player that's going to get here with ace four of hearts, then I don't even think checking is really in question here, because that would lend me to think that he's probably not folding out queen X. You guys got some sort of weird dynamic. Now, if he's not that type of player, yeah, I mean, if you put a reasonable sort of, again, it's hard to sort of solve this for live, but if you put a reasonable range in for a raise flop, call to a bet 3-bet, call over bet turn, if you were to put that into a solver, it would not surprise me at certain stack depths if this is a check fold at the end, just because of the amount of backdoor hearts that are there against this action. So,
okay.
All right, Dave, take it easy.
Thank you very much.
All
Yeah.
right. See you later. Bye-bye.
Yeah. Bye bye.